Hi, my name's Nathan and I've got a Mitsubishi Lancer Evolution 9MR FQ-360 by HKS. I first started when I was 17. Obviously when you were younger I was eager as hell to pass my test as you go on, and I think my mum bought me a Fiat Punto P-Reg, so top of my head that's a 96. Little 1.2, and as you do, chav the hell out of it. Alloys, loud exhaust, thought it with the bee's knees. And then we used to go to it was just basically the middle of town in Rotherham on this hill called Ship Hill. And I think I remember seeing an Evo 8 and I was like, yeah, I'd love one of them. But it just never come round to it. And I think I had that, then I had a Mark 1 Focus, I think I had that for a few years. Then I bought a 2-litre GTI Golf Mark 4, that was my baby. I loved that. That was a great car, but ended up moving on from that into vans. Believe it or not, because I got myself into debt, so I had to sell everything I could and start from nothing. And I think my dad gave me a work van to run around in, so then I've had vans for years. And eventually it got to a point where I thought, I want my dream car. So I went out and went look for one.
Yeah. So how did you get it?
A lot of looking. I think I was kind of at work at first. Insurance were killing me for years. Insurance, because I've always had points, and it were killing me. And I thought it's just not affordable. It's pointless. I'll be wasting money for the sake of it. I think I was at work once, just scrolling on Facebook as you do, marketplace and stuff, and I seen an Evo 8, I think it was. I thought with the reg plate pictures, I thought, oh, I'll do an insurance quote. I'll have a look. And did a quote, and it come back very reasonable. I was like, oh my god, this is my time. I can get one. I can get one. So I phoned the missus, says, we need to go car shopping, so we need to get one. So we ended up looking and looking and looking in. There weren't many to view really, there weren't that many for sale. So and I didn't really know what I was looking at, what am I looking for in the bad bits and the bids. But luckily my friend of mine, he builds things and he's had Evos himself and all sorts. And he says he'll come along with me and have a look at them. And we ended up, we went countrywide. We were all over just looking, and we looked at built ones, because at first I'm like, I want 600 horsepower, like, I'll buy a built one. My friends going, no, just get one stock, do it yourself. So we looked at a built one, and it had issues. It had about £30,000 worth of receipts, and every receipt in there. And they said it had headwork done, but the receipt wasn't there. So when we actually took it for a test drive and run it, Ed was still knackered. So we walked away from that one and went somewhere else to a unit where there must have been 30 Evos just sat in a unit. But every one of them had mould on them, they were rust coming, and it were like, no, we'll not bother. And I think at that point, I was sort of giving up hope a little bit. I was like, oh, I'm not going to get one, I'm going to get something where I'm going to have to really throw some money at to make it what I want. And then I would just, again, at work doing nothing, flicking through my phone, and this one come up. So I phoned person straight away. Oh, have you got it? Yeah. I says, oh, we'll come down tonight and have a look at it. So I phoned him and I said, you free, aren't you? I thought we need to go. So he says, well, how far is it? So it's about 3 hours away. Like, for God's sake. I says, yeah, come on, it's a clean one, this, I'm telling you. So we ended up going down. He looked round it and we took it for a test drove as you do, and he come back to me and said, yeah, he says, if you're looking for a good, clean, base one, not been molested, he says, this is your one. And it were over my budget, but I thought, no, it's the first good, clean one I've seen, it's time to buy. So we ended up buying it and driving it home. Best day of my life, that way. I've took it camping. I've literally had a beer fridge in back seats and a tent in back and everything. I've done all sorts with it. I've not had that many funny stories really, to be fair. It's been the wrong time because we've just come out of all this pandemic, and so last year it didn't really go anywhere. I've only owned it 3 years. First year we're everywhere in it, but I was sort of getting into the Jap car scene, as in going to shows and stuff and meeting people, so it was all new then. And then this year's been hectic, but I've been busy working, so I've only gone to a handful of shows this year. So it's not been that far this year really. It does need to get out more, but I did nearly hit a wild boar last night. That did make me jump coming home. Yeah, I had to slam on a bit. I thought that'd have been great, you know, coming to do this, and yeah, front end's caved in. So, but other than that, no, not yet. I hope to make plenty. I do hope to make plenty. I do want to go around North Coast 500 and stuff, and do the Wales routes, and I do want to get it about. It's just, the thing is that is, I want to do it with friends. You know, I don't want to just go on my own. You know, the fun's in friends and the people you're with. That's where the fun is. So if I can get a group of friends and say, yeah, let's go, let's do it, it should be an absolute blast. Like, well, they'll bring some memories then. Yeah, it'd be good.